So, what is the best diet plan for building muscle and losing body fat in your 50s? That's what we're going to try and unpack today. And when I mean diet plan, I really just mean like I don't mean like recipes and things you should be eating. I mean more like a framework of nutrition framework that you follow. So, for myself, personal experience of this. So, way back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I started training properly, the main diet plan to really focus on was like a high carb, high protein, low fat sort of approach, and that worked. Then it worked great for me. That's actually the best thing. Obviously, I was in my 20s, and I was training hard then, and I got the best results I've seen from any nutrition program that I follow. But the problem is, and most people that I knew were following that diet and getting the same results. But obviously the fitness industry has grown over the last sort of 20, 30 years. There's been numbers of diet plans that have come into the sort of popularity. And this is the problem, I think, that a lot of people, myself included, have done this. We start jumping around from one diet plan to the next, thinking that's the answer. So, even though I was getting great results with the the lower fat sort of approach, next thing you know, Atkins was there. So trying Atkins diet. Then I was looking at paleo. Sort of became the big thing in the early 2000s, along with sort of fasting. That's when that started to sort of make its breakthrough into sort of public opinion. So trying that, I was trying paleo. Then I went looking at, obviously keto started to come back in, which is basically Atkins, and then I looked at plant-based because obviously that became the rage, and I went pescatarian for a while, not eating meat for a whole year. That did work out, I'll tell you, that was a disaster. But recently again we've got the carnivore diet again, another very low fat diet, high protein, which I've sort of dabbled with as well. And I think this has been the problem, is I've not stuck to anything on a long-term basis, and I think that's really sort of showed in the results that I've got over the last few years now. Because most of these diets, and they all work, by the way, most of them all work, and a lot of people will swear by them, and they all do work. If you follow them properly, they do work. But for many people, they're just not sustainable. They're more of a short-term fix rather than a long-term sort of plan that you can stick with. And I think that's the point of the video, really. What I'm trying to say here is that ultimately you should try all these things out, absolutely, but you need to understand what works best for you, and ultimately find a way of coming to a decision about actually what is the best approach you can follow. For me at the moment, it's I've actually come full circle. I'm now back on a more high protein, higher carb, low fat diet, and I'm finding that working really well for me. But again, I'm at a different stage of my exercise journey than a lot of people. And for a lot of people who are just starting out, for example, you might want to follow a lower carb approach initially till you get till you build up your muscle mass and your fitness, and then maybe you can start to reintroduce carbs back into your diet. But you have to just play around with this. You have to do experiments. You have to sort of just trial and error. I generally recommend, like, try something for about 30 days. Go all in on it, track it, see where you obviously track your results from when you start to you finish, and then see how that feels. And if it feels good and you feel good on it, and you feel that it's something that you can continue doing long term, then obviously great, go for it. And your body's healthy, because ultimately as well, it's not just what's happening on the outside. You want to make sure that what's happening on the inside is good for you as well. Then that's great. But don't don't see something you see online and go, oh, that's that carnivore, I should go and do that. Think about it. Is this for me? Is this something I could do? Is that something I'm going to enjoy? And then if you think that's so, then just give it a trial. Give it that. Okay, I'll give it a month, and then make your decision. But the key, really, I'm going back to, is just to stop hopping around from into all these different things, because it will slow down your progress. And that's what I'm preaching to myself here as much as you. I've really got into a groove probably last few years, because I've been doing it for so long now. I do understand what I can and can't eat, what foods that work for me, what foods don't work for me. So I've got a lot of much better understanding of what my body likes and doesn't like. So now for me, it's just about sticking to that and just accepting that whatever's going on in the fitness world, this is what works for me, and that's my thing, and I'm sticking with it. So I'd love to open a conversation about this, because I do think it's an important topic. I do think people will get confused about this. So please, obviously, leave a comment below. Let me know what diet plan that you're following, whether it's working for you, what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you. Love to hear your comments, because that's what this channel's all about. It's about supporting each other and and trying to sort of give people the information and support they need to sort of get the results that they want. There's a few free resources in the description here that can help you if you're just getting back into this, or you're a complete beginner, you're looking to start your fitness journey in your 50s and 60s, and you've got really no idea what's going on. There's a couple of free resources in there that'll help you on your way. And yeah, guys, I hope this has helped, or at least got your thought process going. And again, if you like the content, please subscribe, please share, all that great stuff. That really helps me out. And I'll see you next one. Thanks.